Hey, if you are new here, I'm Kaniti, and if you're already watching my One Piece Chill channel, welcome back. Today we are talking about Kaido's Devil Fruit, and so if you are not up to date with manga, there will be huge spoilers for you in this video. In the latest chapter, number 999, almost 1000, we finally found out what type of Devil Fruit Kaido has, and it is a fish type fruit. But we don't know for sure yet, like what fish exactly, right? And my mind went immediately to a water dragon. Maybe it's a dragon who controls water. So this is kind of like a fish type dragon, but immediately I got comments under my reaction to the chapter about one particular legend, and this legend basically hints at Kaido being a koi. Koi is a Japanese carp, and in this video I will discuss why Kaido is a koi, fish type fruit, model koi probably. Also, I will talk about all the hints we had previously that actually we should have known. There were a lot of hints. And then I will talk about why he is blue, about his color, and in the end we will discuss a little theory, like what does this mean to Wano and how it connects Kaido to Luffy. So let's start from the legend. It's actually a Chinese legend about many carps who tried to climb the waterfall. Actually, they were swimming upstream through a river, and then in the end they came to a waterfall. And many of them turned back, but some of them tried to press on to go through this waterfall upstream, upstairs, so to say, to the dragon gate that was waiting there. But many years passed, hundreds years passed, and none of them could succeed. Only one koi, only one carp kept trying, and in the end gods recognized his efforts and his determination, and they thought, damn, he really is worthy of becoming like the greatest creature of them all, a dragon. And they made this koi into a dragon, a golden dragon. Also in some sources I found that he ascended to heaven after this. So it is a beautiful story that shows if you try hard enough, if you never give up, then in the end your efforts, they will be rewarded. So here we have a fish who turned into a dragon, and we have to explain somehow like why Kaido is a dragon if he is a fish, and this legend really fits. Also, we can't forget the symbolism of koi. This is also very important and very interesting. So this legend came from China to Japan, and it's often associated with samurai warriors because of this carp's bravery, determination, perseverance. And also it's a popular tattoo choice in Japan, in Asia, in America also, because it's such a magnificent creature. And finally, koi is a symbol of a fulfilled destiny. I think this is the most important thing, and we will come back to it once I get to the theory part, like more analysis part. But keep in mind that koi is a symbol of a destiny fulfilled. And then if we look at the different koi colors, they also have their own meaning. For example, black koi is masculinity, patriarchal role, something like that. Gold is prosperity, red strength or power, and then blue tranquility, and also blue represents the role of a sun. And keep that in mind. It will be kinda important because we know that Kaido is blue, so I'm thinking the role of a sun, tranquility, does this really fit him? But then there are a lot of moments I want to underline that we see all these elements in Wano that I actually see in these koi traditions. For example, koi are associated with samurai warriors, and basically here we see samurai warriors, our red scabbards, showing their bravery, standing up to Kaido, to this dragon. So it's not Kaido right now who represents as a koi the samurai warriors. Oda divided this, but it's such a normal thing for him to do because he takes this legend and he makes something new out of them, makes them like his own in this One Piece world. And also there is a festival, like a holiday that's called Children's Day, and on this day they have this windsock called koinobori. So koi is Japanese carp. Koinobori, it's like a stick that has carps on it, and usually it has black carp for the father, red carp for the mother, and also blue carp for a child. This is why blue like represents a son. In this case, I guess it can also represent a daughter. And if you have several children, of course there will be more carps on your stick than 3. And also they add dolls with famous Japanese folk heroes like Momotaro. Does this ring a bell? And also rice cakes or mochi are being served on this holiday. So who do we have? Who is connected to rice cakes? We have all this in Wano. All these elements that are connected to koi are present here in Wano. Incidentally, this holiday, Children's Day, is celebrated on the final day of Golden Week, and it's May the 5th. And Luffy's birthday is May the 5th. 5th of May. It's the same date. Doesn't it make you think of so many things? But we will touch on that a bit more in the theory part, so let us unpack all this info that we found. So how do we know for sure that Kaido is a koi fish type model Kaido Devil Fruit? So we had a lot of hints in One Piece story, and the most obvious one is in the beginning of Wano. When we get to Wano country, we meet a lot of carps, a lot of koi in water, and they probably represent all these koi from the legend who did not persevere, who stopped trying, so they couldn't climb the waterfall. And of course the waterfall itself just like came straight from the legend, and on top of that waterfall, we as Straw Hats, we will fight a dragon who's like could represent this dragon gate. So it's kind of a mix of all these elements, but they all lead to Kaido. Also, as I mentioned, koi pattern is a popular tattoo choice, and actually Kaido has a tattoo on his arm, a red tattoo that looks very much like koi scales. Moreover, Kaido's birthday in 1st of May, the 1st of May, and this is actually a carp day. I found this information on Twitter and I tried to Google it, and it looks like it's an international carp day, but all the same it also can be a hint by Oda. And also the episode where Kaido first appeared, the anime One Piece episode, I think it aired on 1st of May. I also found this information, so there are a lot of hints here. And yeah, for a second I thought it might still be like a red herring from Oda. He makes us think that Big Mom got Kaido this fruit and Kaido ate it right away, but what if she meant just, I gave you this fruit, it's yours because I gave it to you, it's not yours because you ate it, you know what I mean? And he saved it for Yamato, and actually Yamato is the one who has this koi fruit. But no, then I thought like, God really, about 40 years ago, Yamato probably wasn't in the plans yet, so obviously it has to be the fruit that Kaido ate himself. But why Kaido is blue then, if this color represents the sun? He is not the sun in this arc, Yamato is. But if this is Kaido's fruit, then why he is this particular color? Is this to underline his water powers? We didn't actually see any water powers yet, but if he is a fish type, of course he is associated with water, and maybe it was another hint by Oda, and he may giving this color to Kaido instead of Yamato was kind of his way to play around with this legend. But also I'm reminded of Magikarp from Pokemon, who actually evolved into a dragon, basically a dragon. He was a carp, he became a dragon, and he changed his color. As a carp, he was reddish, he was red, and as a dragon, he became blue. So I looked up blue dragon in Japanese culture, in Japanese mythology, and I actually found that a blue dragon or azure dragon is one of the guardians of the cities, and he is kind of responsible for the east or Kyoto. And in Kyoto there is a temple where there is a statue of this dragon, and it is said that in the night he drinks from a waterfall that is here present on the premises of this temple. So we have this blue dragon that represents the east, and that also is somehow connected to the waterfall. He drinks from the waterfall. And then Kyoto itself, I think that flower capital in Wano can be based on Kyoto. Kyoto was actually an official capital of Japan for some time. So maybe that's why the dragon is blue here, because of all these details. But I also wanted to note that for the longest time I kind of thought of Kaido and his crew as Mongols in this case. What I mean is, even the island is called Onigashima, and it could be a nod to Tsushima when Mongols raided a Japanese island, Tsushima. And actually here in One Piece we have a similar situation where Wano could not represent Japan, based on Japan. You can't argue with that. And so Kaido and his forces represent Mongols who invaded this Wano country. But then again, I'm thinking this Koi legend, it came from China. So Kaido is a Chinese dragon, so it's kind of again an invasion. We have this Japanese country that is heavily based on Japan, maybe on Kyoto. And then we have these Chinese forces that are coming to take this country for themselves. What I'm trying to say is that they are foreign. And I think that this legend of Koi also being foreign works well with this situation that Kaido created. But how does this koi fruit work? Did Kaido become this dragon immediately after consuming the devil fruit, or did he have to climb a waterfall to become a dragon? Was he a carp at first? Maybe he didn't have to climb a waterfall. Maybe it was an awakening. First of all, he got this carp fruit, and it was pretty much useless. He was just a carp. But then, using his determination and perseverance, he evolved into a dragon because of awakening. But we didn't see his hybrid form though. We only saw human form and the dragon form. So first thought I got, maybe his hybrid form somehow incorporates this carp in it. But then I also found an interesting theory that Kaido is actually always in his hybrid form. What we perceive as a human form is actually a hybrid, and then what his human form now looks like a carp, that also doesn't make much sense. So honestly, like, there are two possibilities. Either it is awakening and he was a carp at first, but I don't think so. I think initially, like, if he got a carp powers, that wouldn't be a carp from the legend, you know what I mean? Because carp from the legend, its story is already told. It already became a dragon. So when you get a fruit of this particular mythological creature who became a dragon, you are taking its final form. This is what I'm trying to say. So in my opinion, he ate the fruit and he got these dragon powers immediately. He didn't have this transitioning stage of a carp. But if Oda goes this way, if he actually shows that he was a carp and he had to awaken or show his determination somehow, I think that would be fantastic. That would be very interesting. And we could get like Kaido's flashback. Man, I'm getting so excited thinking about this. We might get a Rock's flashback in chapter 1000. We might get a separate Kaido's flashback and maybe see him how he came from carp to dragon. But as I said, I'm on board with the idea that he became a dragon right away. Or we could also take this metaphorically and think of his human form as being a carp, and then devil fruit was this thing, this waterfall that gave him these dragon powers. We could also look at it like that. So from the looks of it, Kaido is a master of all elements. We saw him using wind, we saw him using fire, I think we saw him using thunder. He can do it all. And if he is actually a fish type, it makes us think like, what about his water powers? He probably has water powers also. So he's really a king of all elements, truly is the strongest beast. Finally, let's talk about how this all connects to current events in Wano and how this connects Kaido and Luffy. As I said, Luffy's birthday is on May the 5th, the Children's Day holiday, and we also have other important characters in Wano who are somehow connected to this holiday. Momo, first of all, as I mentioned, they are usually dolls of folk tale heroes that are also used in this festival, and Momotaro is one of these heroes. So here is a connection. And then with Tama, we have these mochi rice cakes served on this holiday, and Tama can make mochi, so she falls into this legend too. And also she falls into a legend of Momo, who could tame the beasts. So Tama and Momo both are a mix from this Japanese legend of Momotaro, and they are also connected to this Children's Day. Also note that this holiday is the final celebration of the Golden Week, and also that koi are a symbol of a destiny fulfilled. So these are all very important. It's Luffy's day, it's Luffy's holiday, and it's the last day. It could be the last day for Kaido, you know what I'm trying to say. And also a symbol of fulfilled destiny. Is this Luffy's destiny that was actually set in stone right away? Like when Oda thought of his birthday, he already had this destiny in mind for Luffy to go and fight Kaido and to win against him. Wano is extremely important to the One Piece story, and we got a lot of lore in this arc. Oda said it himself that he always thought of this arc, like from the very beginning he had it in mind. So it is very integral in One Piece story. And also in the latest chapter, Yamata said that it was fate or destiny that brought Luffy to Wano. Again, I remind you, destiny fulfilled. It is his destiny. And finally, this great battle on Onigashima is held on a day of a festival. So a holiday. Of course, it's Fire Festival, it's not Children's Day, nothing like that. It's different, but still we can see kind of like the connections here. So to sum it all up, it was Luffy's destiny to climb this waterfall, and on this festival, like a Children's Day, but Fire Festival, to fight this Dragon's Gate. And maybe after he makes this Kaido's last day, maybe last day of Kaido's reign, maybe last day of Kaido's life, there should be something for him, right? He climbed the waterfall, he got to the Dragon's Gate, so to say. So I'm thinking maybe awakening for Luffy during battle with Kaido or after battle with Kaido as kind of a reward for him overcoming this challenge. So metaphorically, our Luffy will turn from a carp into a dragon. He will awaken his devil fruit powers. Maybe, as Rayleigh said, fighting strong opponents makes you stronger. This is how you grow. And Kaido, who can be strong? Okay, maybe there are some characters that can be stronger than Kaido. I think, as I said, I think Oden could win against Kaido. But that said, he is a formidable opponent for Luffy. So Luffy will overcome this hurdle. He will climb this waterfall, and from this from this fight with Kaido, he will learn so many new things, and he might awaken. As I said, this is like kind of my theory. There's no particular theory aside from me saying that there will be Luffy's awakening, and aside me saying that Kaido has a koi fruit. But already I think everyone is talking about this, so it's not a new theory for anyone, and I think it's pretty much confirmed in the eyes of the fans now. I just wanted to discuss this, to talk about this, to find a bit more information on this topic, and I found this all very interesting. So please share your thoughts. What do you think about all of this? What do you think about this symbolism? What do you think about my idea of Luffy's destiny and Luffy's awakening? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. That would be it for today. Thank you for watching, and see ya!